Hi, everybody, and welcome to my channel. Please take a note of the new name change. We are going to be restarting this channel after a long hiatus. It has not been active at all. I'm kind of curious if any of the subscribers are still watching it. We never had a high subscriber rate here, just a few people, but nonetheless, they did comment on occasion. Mainly, they commented over on a Facebook group that I did at the time. But we'll just have to see, right? We don't know if anybody's going to join us or not. But we're going to give it a shot because let me explain what I'm kind of getting around to in a not so direct manner. I ate plant-based for about 5 or 6 years, and with sometimes when I traveled, mainly I would eat like an egg omelet, that type of thing. Well, when I retired and I moved back home, I've always had a smoked meat addiction, and it did not take long of me saying, "Oh, I'll just have a little piece." Before the next thing I know, I was full-blown eating the sad American diet again. So, and at first, I didn't really gain any weight. I was very active and hiking, things like that. As a matter of fact, my weight, because of my activity level, I believe, started to go down. But my health started to deteriorate. My labs wouldn't normalize. And of all things, my iron levels just plummeted. The reason for that, I think, is that when I was on a plant-based diet, I watched what I ate to make sure I got in all my nutrients. I lost weight faster with my activity level at that time than I did when I was eating plant-based, if I'm being honest. I started eating sad again. My labs at the doctor's office, just when I even had to have a blood transfusion because my blood counts were very low, and it was all dietary related. And another problem is I just have never absorbed iron very good. It was a lot of work for me to absorb proteins and iron. And when I was eating plant-based, I'd kind of found that little niche where I was absorbing them if I ate in a certain way. I felt great, even though my weight wasn't all the way down where it should be. Well, in 2023, I was just fatigued. I was really feeling the fatigue. People would say, "Why are you hiking so slow, Jackie?" And I just would make a joke out of it. I'm a slow hiker. I'm the world's slowest hiker is my title. I said I might have won an award for that in the past. I'm not really sure. Well, and I would make a joke out of it and just keep going. And I went to Spain along with another friend of mine who, she doesn't hike that fast either, but she can definitely hike faster than me. Certain terrains I did better in, certain terrains she did better in, is kind of how it went. But she generally really was a faster hiker than me. And it's just that it depended on what kind of terrain we had that day. Who was ahead. But I ended up with some injuries on that hike, and I had to leave the hike early. It was supposed to be a 500-mile hike. I was 65 at the time. It was supposed to be a 500-mile hike, and I ended up about 100. I'm not sure the exact miles. I would have to check with my friend to see, but I think we were about 150 miles in. I'm not really certain. Oh, there's Sweet Pie, my little Yorkie poo. She is a mess. She's been out rolling in the yard, and there's a lot of stickers here in Texas, and she found a sticker bed. So, guess what we get to do later? I will become public enemy number 1 because I have to get all that stuff cleaned up out of her coat. So, anyway, and those of you may remember, I had Henry, my other dog, and he passed away. He had a big tumor behind his bladder, and he passed away. It was gone for quite a few years before I finally got what seemed to me quite a few years, because I love having dogs, and I really missed having dogs, but I didn't want to go through having to put another one down. It was just terrible. But when he got to the point where he was hurting so bad, I didn't have a lot of choice. I had to do something. And anyway, I went and we had him, give them the shot, and he passed away within a few minutes. And I couldn't bring myself to get another dog for several years. And about a little over 4 years ago, I went and got Sweetie Pie. And no regrets. I've turned her into my total brat little dog, but I just love her to death. She's a very happy little dog, although she's a little bit discombobulated right now because she has a new baby brother. That there's some jealousy here. They're getting along, really get along great, actually, but he pretty much... if I'm trying to I call them a hug fest, where I'll bring the dogs onto my lap and just give them lots of hugs and tell them how much I love them and all of that. And he tries to take over the hug fest, the puppy does. Which Sweetie Pie's always done that as well, but it was only her. But if I was around anyone else with the dog, then she, got between me and that other dog. And so and so it's been really difficult for her, but yet at the same token, she's really tired at the end of the day. They play hard, the two of them together. And so it's just that when it comes to their food, their toys, and to me, there are some issues that we're working out. He's a little miniature Dachshund. He's a dappled Dachshund, and I guess the problem that he has is not all that unusual in a dappled Dachshund. The vet was telling me almost any breed that produces a dappled dog, that you should never breed two dappled dogs, especially dappled Dachshunds, together. But he was born without one eye. He has one eye on one side, and it works really great. You just see him coming and peering around the corner with just that one eye. Anyway, and the other side of his face is also a little bit misshapen. Now, I don't think it's all just because of that eye. I think he's probably got some other deformities in there. I'm not certain, but that's what I think. I think you'd have to do a lot of x-rays and tests like that, and he seems very healthy otherwise. So I just don't see the point in doing all of that. But he, smarter than a whip, let me tell you. He tricks me into doing things. He knows I'm a sucker. And by the way, I did take care of a cat for a little bit, and I apologize. I had a bad skin reaction to the cat. I had to actually have them come and get the cat, and it's not all healed up yet, so please excuse me if that shows up. So anyway, back to the channel, now that I've talked all about my pets. So when I went on that hike and I had these injuries, they required medical intervention. I had to come home, go through all of that, and then I ended up having a surgery. And then in November of that same year, late November, I got type A flu, and I have never been the same since. That flu just took me down. Now, the very first time I had the pandemic virus, I was left after the virus with this hacky cough that just would not go away. And now I'm to the point, after this flu type A, I started having episodes with very mild difficulty breathing. They got progressively worse. Nothing that I would ever call severe that I had to go to the emergency room over. But I did seek out medical care. I would call it mild to moderate. And I was using a nebulizer. And 6 months later, my symptoms from that flu had done nothing but get worse. And So I ended up getting diagnosed with a COPD, which I've been told is just a progression of the pandemic virus. It was kind of aggravated by the flu. So that's kind of what I have to go on right now. But it's a lot better with medication. And I think with some work, I can get back to where I was before, pretty close to it. That's what I think anyway. My doctor sent me over for physical therapy. That did not work. It's a long story, but I was in so much pain, and it wasn't just sore muscle pain. And that was like 3 months ago, maybe even 4 months ago now. And I'm still hurting. Yeah, I don't. And the response that I got from my doctor is, well, sometimes this happens, isn't working for me now. He's either got to help me dig in and help me figure out what this is. But I can tell you what, I know what part of it is. Since I came back from that hike, and I became inactive because of the injury, and then because of the lung issues, and just this really profound fatigue. Not just a little fatigue. I mean, profound enough that sometimes I have difficulty. The bottom part of my body, from about my waist on down, just feels like a weight. I just don't know what it is. But I've gained about 75 pounds. So, maybe that's the weight I'm feeling. You know, when I was so morbidly obese in the past, many of you that have watched my channel in the past know that I was very close to 400 pounds at one time. And right now, the last time I weighed, I was sitting right at about 225. And so that's about a 75-pound weight gain. And I might have gained more weight than that because I was looking back at photos. I hadn't weighed in over a year. And I was looking back at photos when I was on that hike, and I did not look overweight at all. So I'm wondering if I hadn't lost even more weight, and I've gained more weight. Yeah, I just had not looked at myself in the mirror or weighed. So anyway, so I realized the way that I truly felt the best was on that plant-based diet. And despite the fact I'm sure my iron is plummeted again. And my iron just keeps dropping down. It did that in the past before I went on many years before I ever went on the plant-based diet. And there were certain things that I did along with the plant-based diet. And watching what I ate on the plant-based diet, I think I was just more conscious of what I ate. My labs were beautiful the whole time I was on a plant-based diet. No problems other than my thyroid labs. My thyroid was always off kilter. We could never get it regulated. And now that seems a lot better. So the doctor told me that's probably just due to aging, but that a lot of times your needs for thyroid medicine go down, which I thought it was the opposite. But that's what he says. So I don't know. Talk about my feelings about my doctor another day. So where that leaves me right now is in this yuck state of health. On breathing medicine and my thyroid medicine, and then just my vitamin supplements that I have to take for my bariatric supplements. I will remake a video about my health history and how things came to be. I don't know what happened to it. It used to be here on the channel. I may have deleted it at some point. I don't really know. But I will, because I did delete a bunch of videos off of here that were not very good. Can't believe I ever even posted them. So maybe it was in amongst those. I don't know. So I will put one up that talks a little bit about my health history. I'm here in a few days. But I learned that I felt a lot better on the plant-based diet. And so that's where I'm heading right now. So what does that mean about plans for this channel? Well, this channel is, because of the weight gain and everything, I want to focus this channel on health, but the food side of health. Now, am I 100% vegan? Not at this moment, because I am on a fixed income right now, and I cannot afford to throw away the food I have. So, but I've been working, actually planning this for a while, because I am a pantry stocker. I keep a well-stocked pantry, which is about to change. I'll talk about that here in a while. So what I'm going to end up doing is on the 10th, September the 10th, I'm going to have a restart of the whole channel. And it will start with a weigh-in Wednesday. I will go the day before that and get my groceries, and I will do a video after I get my groceries all put away and everything like that. I will do a grocery haul, and then I will do a menu plan. And I'm going to be living by menu plans, but keeping my diet as simple as possible for a while. It's going to be once next Wednesday happens, because I'll be able to, I feel like my pantry will be down low enough that I can pretty much be 100% by that time. And I'll do a weigh-in, which I'm not going to lie, I'm afraid of. I'm afraid I'm higher than the 225. But my goal is a little bit different. It's going to be kind of a modified McDougall plan. He probably would not have approved of my plan. But let me tell you what it is. It's going to be low fat, but not no fat. But like mainly I might use like a few drops of toasted sesame oil in my stir fry, or a little bit of chili pepper oil. The other thing would be just a little bit of spray in the pan, so that it's faster to caramelize onions, things like that. So it's going to be a low salt, not no salt, and it's going to be a high protein plant-based diet. And I'll get into more details as far as numbers and things like that here in a few minutes. Now, I do want to make a comment here before I go any further. Please, no food police. I mean, truly. If you don't like what you see here on the video, whether it be anything from you want to troll plant-based channels about vegan diets or plant-based diets, or if you're a vegan and you think it's absolutely terrible to eat high protein plant-based diet, or you're somebody that comes on and the people that make comments below are subscribers who still are not 100% plant-based, or say they plan on being more flexitarian than vegan or vegetarian, and so you're going to hassle them about that, or tell them how wrong they are, or ingredients that you don't think should be used, or you say don't use that particular type of dish, that's bad for this, that's bad for that. That's not what we're looking for on this channel, okay? And I'm just going to delete your comment. And it's not even going to be a 3 strikes you're out thing. Because last time there were some people that would come and make comments because they kind of considered themselves the food police, a little holier than thou is how it came across. And if you said something to them, they said, well, we're just trying to help everybody out. Nobody is looking for your help. They're all on their own road to health, not your road to health. And it got nasty. Feelings were hurt. And we're just not going to do that this time. So that's why I said no 3 strikes you're out. I had that rule last time and it got out of hand. So we're not going to do that. I'll just delete the comment and block you, because I'm sure there's another great channel out there who creates things with the type of content that you're interested in. And I just don't think any ill of you for because I had to block you. But I do think probably there's another channel that would work better for you. So I'm going to, if we're not your cup of tea, okay? Instead of making a negative comment down below, there's just no call for it. We just don't enjoy negativity here. We are on a road and a battle of sorts. And that kind of thing just takes people down. Excuse they hear, there's some relatives out in the garage out here and they can hear them. Sweet pie? Hush. I know. Now what will I be posting? Now, I'm going to start out with specific types of posts. This may change as time goes on. But the very first thing, our kind of channel restarting, will be on September the 10th with a weigh-in Wednesday. And then I will go over my menu. And my menus will go from Thursday through Wednesday each week. And I'm doing it that way because of the weigh-in Wednesday concept. Now, my menus may change. Things may change a little bit because of an upcoming change in my life. But I don't really see any reason I won't be able to keep it this way right now. But I'll tell you about the changes coming up, and that'll help you to understand that comment a little bit better. So we're also going to be updating some... well, I already took most of the recipes that I posted down. The videos were just so bad. There was one of them that I really liked, and I may even redo that one just kind of as a modified, different sort of recipe. Just because I think it could turn out better than that. So we will be having what I call updated recipes and cooking videos. And these are just me. They're not me claiming to be an expert on plant-based cooking. Not at all. Because remember, where I've been for 4.5, almost 5 years now. I have been away from the plant-based world. And then once a week, I will be posting my grocery haul and a menu for that week. That will probably be posted most weeks on Tuesdays. That first week, though, it will be posted on Wednesday. Okay? The same day as the weekly weigh-in. And then there's going to also be a prepping video where I prep for the week. And so that will also probably be posted on Tuesdays. We'll see. I don't really know. I really would like to spread my videos out through the week. But in real life, how I would do it is I go to the grocery store, come home, prep and put food away. Cut up all my veggies, make sure my menu plan is in order, and put the food away. And then have my menu plan set up. So, but that's going to be too long of a video. So that's why I'm saying those may be posted on the same day. And then we will have weigh-in Wednesday. And then we will have another recipe, cooking recipe for that week. So, and there will be others coming up because I am trying to hold myself accountable for what I eat. So there will also be a what I ate this past week video. And it'll just be a quick run through because I'm planning on eating simply, at least at first, and then eating more things that I enjoy as I get more recipes done and as I am easier able to adhere to it. So more recipes will start to show up as I start to integrate them into my diet. I hope that makes sense what I just said. So it's 3 and some weeks 4 videos is kind of how it's going to be. So as I said, this is going to happen on the September the 10th is the first video, and that's going to be the weigh-in video, and weigh-in Wednesday. And weigh-in Wednesday may end up being incorporated with what I ate last week. And then how did it go for me? How did that work for me? Did I lose weight? What happened? And that's our weigh-in video. So we'll see how that all gets organized and gets incorporated. Now, as I mentioned, it's going to be plant-based, low-fat, but not no fat, low salt, but not no salt, and then high protein. The calories are going to, I'm going to try to hit anywhere between 1,200 and 1,500. My doctor wants me on a 1,200. It's real, but a high protein now. We're going to see how I am able to accomplish that, because I think that 300 calories there, between 1,200 and 1,500, would make a lot of difference in how many grams of protein I can get, because he wants me to get around 120 grams of protein, which on a plant-based diet, that is a lot. I've found easy ways to do it. There's other people right now doing this on YouTube, doing it very successfully, and keeping their calorie count down. So I'm going to learn from them. And we'll go from there. And as I said, simplicity at first and gradually branching out. And then probably it's going to incorporate a daily smoothie, because I'm to get all my greens in. That's probably one way that I'm going to be able to do it. So I planned on having 2 fruit servings a day. So it'll be my 2 fruit servings, one of which will be a frozen banana. And as close to a ½ pound of dark leafy greens as I can get. And then probably some protein powder. So we'll see how that does, because that's going to be a relatively high calorie thing with the protein powder and the fruit in it. But I think it'll probably be my breakfast most days. Now, I am going to be increasing my activity level. Those of you who have been around a while and were watching me remember that we had another, it wasn't really a YouTube group, it was a Facebook group that was about step counting. So I am going to begin step counting again and gradually working my steps up. And I want to do it in an aerobic way, so I'm going to be going out in the driveway out here, kind of hoping not too many neighbors see me. But it's the only place I've really got room to do it. And I'm going to start doing, uh-oh, there goes the lawnmower. Please excuse that. I'm going to be doing the Leslie Sansone videos. And I'm going to start with the 1 mile video. And I have some other goals to do, but I'll bring those up as we go. But my first thing that I want to do is get up to that 1 mile, and because I can't do it right now. That is how much my body has changed over 2 years. But I truly think that I can get that back. I've just got to get this iron level up and get this weight down. I've been having some skeletal issues, hip pain, different things like that, and my hope is that I can get that pain under control by getting the weight off. So that's my plan. But I'm going to cover my increased activity level in my daily vlog, live vlog, which is here on YouTube. It's Living Life with Jackie, and I will put a link to that in the comments below and also in the description below. For those of you that can't really see the descriptions on what the type of device you're using to look at the videos, I will put it in the comments as well, both places. So that you can go over there. That is another channel that is definitely not even in infancy stages. It's I just post on it every once in a while, and that's going to have a daily post. So pretty much daily. Probably maybe 5 days a week, we'll say, and if I decide I want to do more than that, I will. And I am going to ask you all to please subscribe. It will help put my channel out where people who may have interest in this will see it and click on it. If you don't comment and you don't click on like, I really don't get any credit, and you don't subscribe. I really don't get much credit for it as far as YouTube is concerned. And they will not promote my video. So I'm asking you, please help me out with that. It would really help increase our viewership and the size of our community here. So, so that's that. So just once again, subscribe and click like, and please make a comment below and let me know where you're at on your diet, your health journey. Whether you're going to be just trying to eat healthier, you want to eat plant-based, you want to eat flexitarian, vegetarian, whatever it is you're looking to do. Let us know in the comments below. And as I said, negativity, if somebody's negative about something you say and I don't see it, let me know and I will check it out and I will take care of it. Okay? We're not going to allow that to happen to people on this channel. All right? Love y'all, and we will see you on September the 10th. Bye-bye.